In one US state, a heated debate is unfolding about keeping big cats as household pets. Yes, you heard that right. Lions, tigers, leopards and cougars in backyards, not just in zoos. This isn't a scene from a wildlife documentary or reality show. It's happening in real legislative chambers. Lawmakers, animal welfare advocates and exotic pet owners are all weighing in with passionate arguments and concerns. The state in question is Oklahoma, a place where exotic animal ownership has long been loosely regulated. With vast rural land and private compounds, Oklahoma has become a hotspot for owning wild predators privately. Many residents have lived near properties housing tigers, lions, or even hybrid big cats bred in captivity. But now, a new proposed law could either clamp down or loosen the rules significantly statewide. Supporters of the bill argue it's about personal freedom and responsible private ownership with strict safety standards. They claim that not all exotic pet owners are reckless, and some provide sanctuary-like care for animals. These owners often raise animals from cubs and say their relationships mirror deep bonds of mutual trust. Some even argue that banning private ownership would lead to overcrowded sanctuaries and illegal underground breeding operations. On the other hand, critics say the stakes are too high when it comes to apex predators like tigers. One wrong move, one open gate, or one malfunctioning cage could lead to public disaster or death. They cite past incidents where escaped big cats killed pets, injured people, or required authorities to shoot them. Local law enforcement often isn't equipped to deal with a loose lion roaming suburban neighborhoods unexpectedly. Wildlife experts also emphasize that big cats, no matter how raised, retain instincts that cannot be domesticated. Even a playful swipe from a tiger can crush bones or cause life-threatening injuries to experienced handlers. They're not large house cats. They're wild animals with unpredictable behaviors shaped by millions of years of evolution. The difference between tame and wild is often just one stressful situation or one missed feeding. Animal welfare organizations are especially concerned about the mental and physical toll captivity takes on big cats. In small enclosures without stimulation or proper diet, these cats often pace endlessly or develop neurotic behavior. Many suffer from malnutrition, joint issues, or stress due to lack of space and enrichment activities. They argue that love or good intentions are not enough to meet the needs of wild predators. The state's Department of Wildlife Conservation has largely stayed neutral, preferring scientific input over political opinions. However, biologists say captive breeding of big cats does little for conservation and much for entertainment. Breeding lions or tigers in Oklahoma doesn't help wild populations in Africa or Asia. It does the opposite. It may even increase poaching abroad by fueling black markets for parts like teeth, claws, or pelts. This isn't just an Oklahoma issue. It's part of a much larger national debate on exotic pet ownership. After the infamous 2011 Zanesville, Ohio tragedy, where dozens of exotic animals were released and killed, many states began tightening restrictions, mandating licenses, and banning certain species altogether from private hands. Yet gaps remain, and enforcement varies wildly between states, allowing some to become safe havens for breeders. For instance, some owners move to Oklahoma specifically because the laws are friendlier than in neighboring states. As a result, the state now has one of the largest populations of captive big cats in the country. Even though some are responsibly cared for, others are hidden from oversight or bred for profit only. The fear is that without consistent regulation, tragedies become inevitable. It's just a matter of time. Public pressure is mounting as animal rights documentaries and viral videos shed light on behind-the-scenes abuses. Shows like Tiger King may have dramatized the lifestyle, but they highlighted real dangers and ethical failures. The image of a tiger living in a backyard cage next to a trampoline is deeply unsettling. And yet, it reflects the reality for many animals owned privately across several US states today. Veterinarians and zookeepers are also voicing concern, saying big cats require professional-level care and expensive medical resources. Many private owners lack access to anesthesia tools, secure transport, or emergency services for exotic feline health issues. This not only endangers the animals but also those trying to care for them without proper training. Several vets have reported cases of infected wounds, untreated diseases, and behavioral disorders in these privately owned cats. So what does the bill actually propose? It would restrict ownership to licensed facilities and vetted caretakers. New permits would be required. Enclosures would need to meet zoological standards, and unlicensed breeding would be banned. People already owning big cats might be grandfathered in, but only if they pass strict welfare inspections regularly. Failing to comply could mean losing the animal or facing fines and even jail time in serious cases. As expected, the bill has become a lightning rod for social media outrage, memes, and heated public debates. Some call it government overreach. Others say it's long overdue to protect animals and communities alike. Even local sheriffs and first responders have weighed in, worried about what happens during an escape or emergency. When a tiger is loose, it's not just the owner's problem, it becomes a statewide safety crisis immediately. Meanwhile, rescue organizations are bracing for an influx of animals if the law suddenly restricts ownership. Sanctuaries are already overwhelmed and underfunded, often relying on donations and volunteers to stay operational. They fear that if new laws pass without proper planning, many cats may be abandoned or euthanized. This has led some groups to ask for a phase-in period with government-funded relocation and sanctuary support. As the vote approaches, tensions are rising and lines are being drawn between freedom and responsibility. Oklahoma's decision could influence other states, still allowing big cats to be privately kept by individuals. This isn't just about animals, it's about ethics, safety, conservation, and what kind of society we want. Should majestic predators be backyard pets, or should they live in the wild or professionally managed sanctuaries? No matter which side you support, the debate raises powerful questions that deserve thoughtful consideration and national dialogue. Because when we talk about big cats, we're not just talking about animals, we're talking about power, responsibility, and wildness. The outcome in Oklahoma could shape the fate of hundreds of big cats living behind fences today. And it might just define how the United States balances personal freedom with the wild's enduring mystery tomorrow.